Well, we had to wait until Sunday evening to get it, but Tottenham put in a performance, finally, that all of us fans deserved, beating Southampton 5-0 on the South Coast, scoring all 5 of their goals in the first half, and then just complete game management in the second half to not exert as much energy as perhaps we would if it was a closer game, and just getting the job done so we can put our focuses onto that Thursday night Carabao Cup game against Manchester United. It was a really, really much needed performance from Spurs. It was one of those where you're a fan watching it, or whether you've gone to the stadium to watch it, all you want to see is Tottenham have a fast start, get the game under our control, and not leave any doubt across anyone's mind that we were going to get anything other than 3 points. And Tottenham did that. A goal inside, I think it was 45 seconds for James Maddison, who was phenomenal. Look, I mean, I'm going to say we were good all game. However, we're talking about the first half of this game, really, because second half, we didn't really do anything. I think we only had one shot on target, but it's understandable. I think Ange probably said to them at half-time, look, boys, we're 5-0 up. We have a huge game on Thursday. As much as I'd love us to go out there and score 4 or 5 more and really put out a statement and, have words with these critics that we've had over the last couple of weeks, let's be smart, let's be sensible, and let's do what we need to do. And that is exactly what happened. Ange, visibly emotive when it came to his celebrations for the goals. I think the first one, it just put everybody's mind at ease. Everybody just let out a big sigh of relief. And James Maddison, by the way, what a performance. And they were talking about this on commentary. When James Maddison is playing well, Tottenham play well. He is in the top 5 for returns when it comes to goals and assists in the Premier League this season. Considering he's come under so much scrutiny, so much criticism, that is a really, really impressive stat. He was on it from minute 1 until he was subbed off in the second half, dictating the play, pulling the strings, controlling everything, and that is what we need to see more of from James Maddison. It's all well and good, him doing it in these games, and yes, we needed this result, we needed the win. Andrew would have been in serious trouble if we'd have lost this game or dropped points to Southampton. But what we saw from Maddison tonight, that is what we want to see every single week. He got in behind the lines. He pulled the strings with his creativity, his passing, his beating of the man. Everything was just spot on from him. And it was a great, great finish to just settle the nerves, put us 1-0 up inside a minute. And then we just pushed on from there. Absolutely fantastic. And then, as if we're not happy enough at that moment, I think it's 10 minutes later, 12th minute, Heung-min Son doubles the advantage. No more than Tottenham deserved, by the way. We absolutely dominated Southampton in the first half. We let them have the ball in the second half, which, as I mentioned, is fine. But Sonny, smart finish for the second goal. Maybe McCarthy could do a little bit better in goal, but who cares? Sonny has been also getting some criticism, as of all of the players at Tottenham recently. But Sonny, I think 2 assists and a goal for him tonight. Really, really, really fantastic to see. And he looked on it as well. He had the beating of Kyle Walker-Peters all night. Great finish for that second. And then 2 minutes after that, up pops the man of the moment, Dejan Kulusevski, to put us 3 to the good, and at that point prompting Russell Martin to just completely abandon his game plan, change shape, everything in between. A lovely ball in which Solanke looked like he could have finished, but then it just fell out to Dejan Kulusevski, who had a very, very simple finish. And when you're 3-0 up as a Tottenham fan, tell me in the comments if I'm wrong, but when you're 3-0 up at a Tottenham fan, as a Tottenham fan, even if it is against Southampton, who are rock bottom of the Premier League, really, really struggling, there is no part of me that thought that the game was over. And that is why there was so much relief on my face when we scored those 4th and 5th goals, because I sit there at 3-0 watching games. And let me know if any of you guys do the same. I sit there at 3-0. I sit there watching the games and I'm like, oh, God, I'll tell you what, we could really use another goal. This game's not over yet because we always give teams a chance. We always give teams a chance. And to be fair, we didn't really do that tonight. And let's bear in mind, we are missing so many players and we still put in that performance in the first half. Archie Gray and Radu Dragusin at centre-back had to do barely anything. I'll talk about Jed Spence in a minute. And yeah, Pat Matasar, He got the fourth goal, and it was brilliant. A brilliant little driving run, dancey little footwork into the box, and then the composure to finish it on his weak foot into the top left corner, put Tottenham 4-0 up, and then you're talking about putting the game to bed at that point. And I thought Papsar was fantastic. He is one of Tottenham's brightest talents, and he still has so much more to learn and give in his Tottenham career. So it's really always brilliant to see Pat Matasar performing really, really well. But everyone played well tonight. Everyone played well, and it was the icing on the cake to see the two players that have been criticised very heavily over the last 2 weeks combine to score the fifth. Heung-min Son, an audacious ball with the outside of his foot into James Maddison, who's going away from goal, by the way. This goal is utterly insane. He's going away from goal. He sort of does a little chop, a little fake shot, sends a defender absolutely sliding past him, and then from an angle that he has absolutely no right from scoring from, pumps it into the side net, in the top side, pretty much the only place in the goal that he could have put it to have scored, and that's where he put it. And the worst thing about it for Southampton, it was literally the last kick before half-time. Russell Martin had already gone down the tunnel to prepare his half-time team talk, to likely give him a rocket out the backside to figure out how can we get an early goal in the second half to get back into it. But at 5-0, the game is over, and, you know, to be fair to the Southampton fans, although in the first 25-30 minutes there was a lot of booing and a lot of people did leave the stadium and didn't bother coming back, in the second half, the fans that did stay in the stadium, they were singing their songs, they were loud, and absolutely credit to them, fair play, because I can only imagine seeing your team sitting at the bottom of the table like that, really, really struggling on your return to the Premier League. So yeah, felt a bit bad for them, but you know, we let them have a lot more of the ball in the second half, which is, in my opinion, absolutely fine. I know there will be some Tottenham fans out there that take issue with the fact that we let them have so much of the ball in the second half, and they did create chances. Adam Armstrong scored a goal that was, I think actually Fernandes scored a goal that was given as offside, but you know, it's about exerting as little energy as possible with that second half performance. The win, the 3 points, was all that matters. It takes us back up to 10th in the table. Okay, albeit that's not the position that we want to be in, but if you listen to the points, we're only 5 points off the top 4, 4 points off of the top 5, and I think only 2 points off the top 6 now. So it's really congested in the table, and I do feel like that has blinded a lot of fans who have been criticising Ange Postecoglou over the last few weeks. I'm not saying that our performances and results have been good enough, because they absolutely have not. But the reason I've been so strongly Ange in and so pro Tottenham and trying to keep things positive is because the league is so tight. It is so congested. I mean, Forest are sitting in 4th at the moment. And no offence to Forest, I'd be absolutely befuddled if they keep that form up and stay there. Man City lost to Manchester United earlier in the day. Liverpool, Arsenal dropped points. Chelsea look like they're title challengers, and you know, everything in between. So the table's an absolute mess, and if we can just put on a run of games and pick up points, then there's no reason why we can't still finish in those European places. A game at home to Liverpool next weekend, which is, you know, usually I'm scared by it, but we actually always seem to put in the best performances against the better teams. Liverpool at home's always one that I've enjoyed. It's always been a good game, so I'm excited to see that. The big one is Thursday against Manchester United, and I'll come on to that in a second, but I just want to highlight a few more players from this performance. A brilliant all-round Tottenham performance in the 5-0 win against Southampton. Jed Spence got his first ever start for Tottenham Hotspur. First ever start for Tottenham, and I thought he was magnificent. He provided the assist for James Maddison's goal in the opening minute with a brilliant run. Might not have got the assist, but he was core creator of that goal. Amazing run, using his strength, using his pace, using his vision, and he sets that goal up beautifully. He had to shift over to left back when Destiny Udogie came off injured. I really, really hope that is nothing too serious, because we have no defenders as it is, so another defensive injury is only going to worsen things. So fingers crossed Destiny's okay, but Jed, he plays wherever the manager wants him to. He hasn't complained once. He's waited patiently for his chance, and I would say the performance today puts him in line for another start against Manchester United on Thursday. Thursday, particularly as I thought Pedro Porro came on and didn't play particularly well in the game. Jed Spence really impressed me. It was nice to see Alfie Dorrington get some minutes at the end. 19 years old, his first ever appearance for Tottenham. A bit of a shaky one, but, you know, we can take those risks at 5-0 up when the game's already won. So happy, really happy for him. Obviously, Will Lancashire got some minutes as well. Lucas Bergvall came in with Basuma and Bentancur both being suspended. I don't think it was Lucas's best night in a Tottenham shirt. He looked a little bit off the pace, taking a little bit too long on the ball, but he's 18 years old, for God's sake. And, you know, I can't be too harsh on the lad. He did what he needed to do, and ultimately we kept a clean sheet. We won the game 5-0 and got 3 points. So, you know, he deserves praise as well, as does young 18-year-old Archie Gray at centre-back alongside Dragusin, who was brilliant. Fraser Forster didn't have to do much, so happy days for him. Kulusevski, brilliant. Brennan Johnson came on in the second half, didn't really do much. The only perhaps slight negative from the game is that Dominic Solanke didn't get on the score sheet. I felt so bad for him. No one would be more frustrated coming out of that game on the Tottenham side than Dominic Solanke, because, you know, you're a striker, you dominate a game, you always want to get on the score sheet as a striker, and he didn't. But there's another opportunity on Thursday against Manchester United, and that is the big game. Manchester United picking up that huge win against Manchester City. That gives them momentum. That gives them confidence coming into that quarterfinal against us on Thursday. But that performance from Tottenham tonight gives us confidence as well. So hopefully we can manage it and get ourselves into a cup semi-final. But that's really all I've got to say on the game. I was happy. I was a bit bored in the second half, but it's nice to be in that position knowing that the game's won. I'm not going to get too angry at it. But let me know in the comments who were the best performers for you on the night. Have your thoughts on Ange changed across that performance? Or is it just simply something that we should have expected to happen? Beating Southampton, are they really that poor? For me, you know, it proves once again that we can put the performances in under Ange, even when we don't have all of our players fit and available. So it's happy days in that regards. But let me know what you thought of the game down below. And thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, if you enjoyed the match, and subscribe to the channel. I am off to Manchester United at the stadium on Thursday, so I'm going to try and put together a sort of match day vlog for that. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you want to see it. Enjoy the last few hours of your weekend. It's nearly Christmas. We're getting there. I know a lot of people will be breaking up next week, so enjoy it. I will speak to you in the week. As always, come on you Spurs.